bleeding horrible out here. Night wind. Not mind rain. Wind and rain. Now. Horrible. Probably the sun will be out tomorrow when we're all back at work. Marvellous. No heating on. Well, better get used to that with energy prices going up. Marvellous. Keep it down. Think Philip Schofield and Gordon go for that to put up with this. No. But these are conditions I'm working in. Shit. Put big light on. No, that's better. Burton 0, Wednesday 2. Get in. Well, 3 wins out at last 3, 9 points on the board, 3 clean sheets. All about clean sheets in this division. They're where you can get your points when you're not firing on all cylinders, isn't it? Firing on all cylinders, yes. Few changes at team lineup yesterday, probably unexpected. Well, unexpected by me. We'll just have a quick look at that. No surprises about. Wednesday stick with Story, Hutchinson and Palmer. Midfield, Hunt comes in on the right hand side. No problem with that. I think he's 3rd in assists for this season. Probably slightly the surprise was Mendes line partner in Big Callum Patterson up top. Good. Bleeding weather. Good game. Well, I won't say good game. A 3rd division scrap, really. But a terrific win for Wednesday, because these are the sort of games that you can easily have a bit of a banana skin, can't you, and fall away. To go there, 2 goals, clean sheet, great performance. People sticking the balls out line again. Palmer's done one, Hutchinson again, Story's done one. Peacock Farrell's made a double save at end that, well, the goals anyway up if you don't make them saves, aren't they? And they're the sort of points that you can see us slipping it past. But this performance fills me with that bit of positivity. Yeah, this is my positive face, by the way. It just gives me that positivity that we're turning a corner on road here. Played really well at Oxford, deserved something there. Home form's not so much of a problem. This, I'm hoping now, is a turning point for us. It was a performance, not pretty, horrible pitch by today's standards. You know, not a bowling green. In fact, I think I saw Luongo had some mud on his shirt. Wow. Remember that, when players used to have mud on the shirts and the socks. Anyway, gritty performance, everybody got stuck in, everybody worked hard for the team. People won headers, which, as you know, I love, tackles. And we scored a crap goal. That's really pleasing for me. That's not against George Byers, because he scored an absolute beauty, hasn't he, in the last match. But what I mean is, you can't rely on scoring good goals all the time. So we score a goal. It's a sort of goal that we concede as a rule. Do you know what I mean? There's 8 people in there, balls bobbling about, and some toes it off at line, and you think, oh God, we don't score them goals. So that's one of my favourite goals of the season. That it really is. It's not a beautiful strike. I mean, he leathers it, but it's not a beautiful strike. It comes in, it rattles about, keeper, and it gets hammered in from about 3 foot out. Well, great, because it's about time we started scoring them goals. And they're the sort of scrappy goals that nick your points, aren't they? I mean, including keeper, they've got 10-minute box there, aren't they? Look at them 3 out left-hand side there. They're ball watching. It's gone in, it's missed lad on front stick. Keeper's don't know what he's doing. He's seen it last minute, it's hit his body. Kid's marking Byers from wrong side. I mean, he stood behind him when ball's coming out near stick. I mean, what sort of defender is that, you know? And it's a couple of, it's a hard out there, maybe 2, just pace it into a largely empty net there. And honestly, from their point of view, they'll think that is a crap goal. And that I am delighted we've scored one of them. I really am. They don't usually go for us, them situations here. So we took lead there on 32 minutes, and like I said, nice, scrappy, crappy goal for them to concede. And I'm glad we've got one of them sort of strikes on books. It's usually we have to work for our goals, don't we? We said this against Ipswich and against Morecambe. Oh, well played, Wednesday, nice goal. And then you look at sort of goals we concede. It's like, okay, that had to work, and opposition should be working for the goals. And I'm glad we've got one there, but it just get on end of it, just bouncing about. But that's 32 minutes that, and before that, not really any clear goal scoring opportunities. Johnson did really well. He dug a crosser. I don't know how he did it. Absolutely zero backlift. He was like stood on both feet planted. Don't know how he got it in, but evades Patterson's head by about that. Then there was one from other side. Mendes Lang drifted and put a ball out to Jack Hunt. He zipped one in. Again, Patterson just don't stretch. I love Callum Patterson, but no really fell for him yesterday. All delivery were, it were fractions, 2 inches off top of his head, 2 inches off end of his boot. But he put a shift in. Mendes Lang up front, you can see what a danger he's going to be. You can see what a threat he's going to be to teams at this level now, because when he gets an head of steam up, there's no stopping him. And he's got them big upper shoulders. I know I keep saying it, I'm banging on, boring everybody to death, but for a winger, for a wide player, they're big shoulders. Bit of nudge, turbos on, nobody's catching him. He's going to be a real threat. And going into this last quarter of the season, that's the sort of quality that other teams I don't think have got it wide-headed. He's going to cover some right balls for other teams. The one thing I weren't sure about, I didn't like so much, is because he naturally drifts. He's playing up front, but he naturally drifts, and I just thought 1 or 2 times he were clogging, and that I think showed probably the last 10 minutes of the entire game, which I ain't come to yet, but last minutes of the game, probably last 10 minutes, Johnson, he just kept powering on then. And I think it's because he got more open space in front of you. I know you want people to come into your orbit and play 1-2s, this over, but sometimes you just want that space and get into that. Second half, much like first, really, it's just a scrappy game. It's ball zipping about both teams. There's not the best care in the world, but I think Wednesday do look dangerous, and I think players like Bannon suddenly look like they're playing with a greater ease, even though it's a tough game on a crap surface. Wind's terrible, rain's terrible. It's shocking, circumstances to be playing in. But Bannon's just got that relaxed look where he's just having, touch, pass, Luongo same, touch, pass. I can see that confidence coming into the group. Now, beginning of the season, they were saying they were confident, weren't they? Yeah, we want to go for title, blah, 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 and every week when we weren't doing so well, yes, we've got full confidence in group. Saying it's one thing, believing it is another, but achieving it is a third thing, and they look, to me, now confident. And it's the confidence that you only get from winning and playing well. You can try and tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm feeling great, blah, blah, blah. It's different when it's that natural confidence that's coming from that self-belief, and you think you're going to win, you think you're going to get results. There's a relaxed confidence that comes out, and the passing was a lot more relaxed. You can see there were no strain in the legs. Nobody knows what I'm on about here, do they? You don't know what you think I'm a lunatic. I know what I mean. There's a relaxed flow to the strike of the leg when they're following through a pass. I'm just looking at my notes here. Not many clear-cut chances I've got. Peacock's had up, Farrell makes a save, 62 minutes. Oh, that was quite a smart save, that down with his knees there. Luongo gets an half chance, he wriggles away from their man after Johnson's pass. And then I've just got a few squiggly notes here. 65 minutes, Johnson getting stronger and stronger, driving on. Hamer and Hughes finding it tougher and tougher to deal with him. And that's another thing. I know we take mick a little bit. Darren Moore with the players need volume in the legs, and I think we're seeing the benefit now when players have got that volume in the legs and have got up to match speed. I mean, Johnson looks a different beast. All right, he's not playing at centre half. I think that's always going to help, innit? But he was still going on and on right into the last few minutes of that game and looking powerful. Whereas, like I said, Heyman and Hughes for them, they were looking leggy and tired, and I thought he were magnificent. That's the best game I've seen from Marvin Johnson. Best game I've seen from him. Their keeper gets booked for coming out and taking out Mendes-Lang, and he's right out of his goal. I mean, he's 40 yards off his line. It might be more, might be 50. I'm imagining it now. He's a long way out anyway. Luckily for him, Mendes-Lang's right out on left touch line, because if he ain't, I think he walks, but he's inside, and he's just a lad just getting back on inside, and I think, he takes one for the team. And then he bizarrely runs off. I don't know if he thinks he's going to get away with booking by running off. Ref's always going to call him back. And, you're a goal down. You're wasting your own time, aren't you? No. In tight games, horrible conditions, like it bleeding is again today. Yeah, still shine. Hard for goalkeepers. When you've not had much to do, and Peacock Farrell didn't have a great deal to do, it's like you stood there shivering in rain, in wind, do you know what I mean? What am I doing here? It's hard to retain that focus, but he's kept his focus yesterday. 2 brilliant saves. What time have I got him down as? 76 minutes, double save. They'd brought a sub on. I think it's a lad they got from Bournemouth, but I have to check. Sadie, something like that. Really strong, powerful first shot, spins out. The second shot, he's bobbled it, he saved it with his feet, it's popped up, and their lad's about to take, highlights will be out a bit. He's about to take a full-on volley at it, and he just puts him right in there, Peacock Farrell. That's brave keeping. It's a fantastic double save, and at 1-0, when you've had not much to do, that's so hard for goalkeepers. That's a great double save, and he's made one about 5 minutes before that, I know, but that save at 1-0, that's as important as second goal, isn't it? Because if they scored here, 15 minutes to go, at home, crowd behind him, that's suddenly a different game. The pendulum, talked about it earlier season, the pendulum can swing on a moment like that. That's a fantastic double save. And a minute or so later, Wednesday double it. Little lofted ball down. My man gets hold of it really well, Cambere. Lays it back, and Johnson, and this is what I was talking about with confidence earlier. Johnson just a little, has a look, awareness, sees Bannon, just through a little gap. Bannon seizes it, looks up. Non-existent marking from them, by the way. I mean, you can't give a player that much time in box. Has a look up, drills one in. Is it going in anyway? I don't know. I thought he'd score. I thought it would direct at first, but at replay, I just seen it has just gone in off so. And it's 2-0. And from that double save by Peacock Farrell, but suddenly it's 2-0 and it's probably game over. And that's what I'm talking about, them little key moments. But again, Bannon, that confidence to drill it. He doesn't always drill his shots in previous seasons. I've talked about it before. Last few, he's hammering them hard, low. Great. And that ball from Johnson, that's that thing I'm talking about again, that inner self-confidence. You can tell yourself you're confident. You can tell yourself, I'm a great player, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's all well and good. Sports psychology, blah, blah, blah. When you're relaxed and playing well, when you are playing well, but that's when the genuine confidence comes out. It comes out through your actions. It comes out through the way you move your leg, the way you cross the ball, the way you strike a ball. That's a proper confidence that only comes from playing well. And that's a lovely little do just inside for Bannon. He's confident as well. And so tips it in. I mean, him and Cambere, that's another thing. They're nicking goals, aren't they? I mean, neither one of them's particularly started that many games in league, and they're both just starting to get it, nick them goals. So 2-0. Even after that, last 2 minutes, Palmer, Johnson, both flinging themselves into tackles. I mean, Johnson flung himself into one. I thought they were lucky he didn't get a bit more from referee, to be honest with you. But it's just showing that desire, that grit, that determination, and that's what this performance was all about. Not very nice conditions against a physical side, not on a great pitch. You've got 10 players out missing. Sometimes you've got to dig in on road, and we're great Wednesday backing. That's what they've done. Them players have stepped to the plate and took their opportunities. That's what it's about. Somebody's injured, it's up to you to step in and, right, see what I can do in that spot, gaffer. That's what they've done. But good, solid, hard-working, not always prettiest, but a very gritty performance. And one where, yeah, I'll say it again, I think you can just see them signs of confidence really growing out at players. There we are, 7th place, played 29. That's a game in hand on MK, Sunderland and Oxford. 13 win, 49 points. 49 points are 3 points behind Wickham. They've slipped away a little bit. Only the 2 points ahead of Plymouth. Some big games coming up now. We've got Wigan, Rotherham and Accrington. You know, they're going to be tough games, but they're the games we've got to win. And we're keeping in touch with there or thereabouts. You might not have said that 2 months ago, but I think we're in a good position. Maybe it's Wednesday going to be that horse that comes up on outside. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, 3 tough games coming up. But with our home form, don't think we've got anything to fear there. And then of course, well, maybe I've got one thing to fear there. Some bleeding telly. It's probably just me. I've just got this thing about us being on telly equals a bad game. Like I said before, probably unproven, but in my head. When's the hot box? Go on, Benny. Do you know what I mean? But it's at home. We're on form. 9 points out of 9. 3 clean sheets. Let's carry on that against Wigan. And maybe I'll actually give Rotherham something to think about. And I think Wood will be suspended. He got sent off yesterday, didn't he, for them? So, yep, a nice gritty, hard-working Wednesday performance. Polish Wigan off. On sort of had one of them for years, you. McVitie's gold. Polish Wigan off. And yeah, give Miller something to think about. We're well placed there. 1 or 2 players maybe coming back into the side, back from injury. I mean, it might be that all these injuries that Darren Moore's actually stumbled onto his best side. Who knows? Maybe not our best 11 players, but best teams aren't always about picking best 11 players, are they? Sometimes you stumble onto something and go, no, that works, and why not? Wigan on Tuesday. I have to do another bloody video. Not a bath yet. I'm frozen here. Oh, my man at match. Story, excellent. Fitted straight in. Really like him. Like to see us try and make him permanent. Johnson, fantastic going forward. And actually grew into the game. Got better and better as game went on, I thought. Luongo winning his tackles, crunching tackles, getting his yellow card. Bannon kept it ticking. Peacock Farrell. 1 good save, 2 good saves, really good catch. That's it first. And then double save at 1-0. I'll give it Johnson just by a fag paper from Peacock Farrell. The fact it's coming that close is a really good thing, isn't it? That there's lots of players putting in performances. So same again against Wigan, and let's hope it's just as hard to pick a man at match.